ado, let's begin our first session, the Culture Fest. I would like to invite Toastmaster Ruchi, our host for this session. She's a chartered accountant by profession, loves dancing, cooking, exploring different cultures and cuisines. In her spare time, she likes solving puzzles and learning new skills. And she's extremely proud of our India's rich culture and heritage. Over to you, Toastmaster Ruchi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rekha. Welcome, Swagatam, Namaste, Sastriyakal, Adab, Namaskara. So many different languages, so many different words. But there is still something so unique about it, the emotion. The emotion of being Indian, the emotion of being united. Across valleys and peaks, across open fields of cane and rustling sunflowers, across river streams and the dunes of sand, the feeling reverberates. The feeling of being Indian, united. This beautiful motherland of ours, we are up in arms all together, all alike. And so it has been going on for 75 years. And we are just only getting started. And as we have cherished the many shades of India of the past, and to give you a taste of the best that's yet to come, I would like to welcome our fellow Toastmasters in the round robin session today, our Cultural Fest. We will begin with Toastmaster Jagdish Kumawat. Over to you, Jagdish.
Ram Ram sir, Kamagani, Rajasthan, the land of kings, largest state by area in India. Rajasthan is culturally rich and has artist and cultural tradition that reflects ancient Indian way to life. Let's talk about food. Bikaneri bhujia, bajre roti, lasun ki chutney, dal kachori, alwar mawa. You must have heard all around in Pune itself. Rajasthani people love food. When we talk about music and dance, yes, it's all about music. The marriage, the functions, everything about music and folk music. Ghumar is most traditional music you must have heard. Kalbelia tribe, I'm sure you must have heard. Folk, even in my family, everybody loves dance and they love music and dance. Art, yes, what to tell about art? Traditional culture, jari embroidery, and special ladies, don't forget to get Chalia Jhoni, Chania Choli from Rajasthan. You will love it. When you talk about tourism, yes, it is one of the most visited tourist place in India. It's known for its fort, palaces, havelis, land, in fact, the desert, beautiful havelis, and so much. Name of few heritage culture, the Jantar Mantar, Mewar Fort, Digambar Fort, Pink City Jaipur, and so much. Rajasthani people are known for their hard work and honesty across the planet. And Padharo Mara Desh is famous tagline for the Rajasthani culture and state. My request, do visit sometime Rajasthan. You would love its culture, food, and environment, and people especially. Thank you so much. Over to you. The next state.
नमस्कार मो ना इंदिरा मोहांती मु आपण समस्त को डेकेन टोस्टमास्टर क्लब मीटिंग रे स्वागत करूची ओडिशा is famous for many things. Let's begin with the missile test. A number of missiles of India were tested at ITR, which is currently known as Abdul Kalam Island, including missiles like Prithvi, Shaurya, and Vayu were tested over at this land. Then Odisha is also having smart city called Bhubaneswar. Recently, in Olympics 2020, we have men's team, hockey men's team, who have won bronze medal, and girls have qualified for semifinals, was sponsored by Odisha government. Another milestone Odisha has reached. Puri has become the first city to provide direct drinking water from the tap. As Odisha is rich in culture, arts, and heritages, let me show you some glimpses of that. So this is Sambalpuri dance, which is mainly done by Sambalpuri people. And the girls which they are wearing is known as Sambalpuri sari. It's an elegant sari which everybody from Odisha would prefer. This dance is called as this classical dance called as this classical dance is called as Odissi, and even I have represented in a Odisha in a pageant called Miss Tiara India 2018. Here I'm also wearing Odissi dance, and even I have learned few mudras which I would like to show right now. This is called as Anjali. This is called as Shankha. This is Pushpa Hasta, and many more mudras. Now, this is called as Sun Temple or Konark Temple. It is one of the old heritage which India is having. This is one of the huge, humongous festival in Odisha. People for not only in Odisha, across the world, we celebrate this, and it is Rath Yatra, and this entire process goes on for 10 days. This is one of my favorite desserts, and this is called as Rasgulla. And the debate is still on from where it got originated, from Odisha or Bengal. So let's keep that aside. And this is called Enduri Pitha. It's really healthy as it is steamed and tasty and stuffed with very delicious things. And this is called Kakira Pitha. Pitha as in like cake. So it is made out of suji and stuffed with coconut. And we have great artists in Odisha. They make sand arts, and it's really awesome. You should visit this place, and it's near to Puri beach. Another decorative things which Odisha is famous for, it is called as Chandua, and people use it for decoration at their homes. And that's the beauty of Odisha. Please do visit Odisha. Hopefully, आपण समस्तको ये प्रदर्शनटा भल लागेला. Now I'm welcoming my next partner, who is my neighbor. She is Suchesmita from my neighbor state, Bengal.
নমস্কার, আমি আপনাদের পশ্চিমবঙ্গেতে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি. Hello, I welcome you all to West Bengal. Now, Bengal is one state which has everything for everyone. If you like the mountains, then there's Mount Kanchenjunga in Darjeeling, the second highest peak in the world. There's Kalimpong, which is not very well known, but it's mainly a Buddhist town district in Darjeeling place, and it has very scenic hill station. If you like the beaches, then there's Digha Beach, and if you like the jungles, then you can go to the Sundarbans to watch the Royal Bengal tiger. Moving on, there are many historical monuments in Bengal. There's the Victoria Memorial and the Howrah Bridge, which were constructed by the British. And if you are into old temples, then you have the Belur Mott, which is of Ramakrishna Mission, and it's placed on the river Ganges, and it has very scenic beauty as well as very peaceful place. You have the Vishnupur terracotta temples. This is famous across the world, but not in India. These temples were constructed from the 10th century to the 17th century, and mainly for the worship of Lord Vishnu. Now, coming to the festivals, folk dances, and food and handicrafts. The main festival of Bengal is Durga Puja. And during Durga Puja, it's a festival which is the whole state shuts down, literally. And you have the Dhimuchi Nach, which is the dance, which is actually we all look forward to. Now, various districts in Bengal have their own folk dance. You have the Gambhir, you have the Chau dance, which are mainly for the worship of Goddess Shakti and Lord Vishnu. The handicraft, which is famous throughout the world, is the terracotta handicraft, which is from the Vishnupur. Apart from Durga Puja, the other main festival is our Poila Boishakh, which is also known as Onam in Kerala and Baisakhi in Punjab. Now, Bengalis are really passionate and mad about food, especially the desserts. Odisha likes to say that they invented Rasgulla, but it's debated between Bengal and Odisha equally. But I think both of us agree that the best thing to do with the Rasgulla is to eat it. Food, rice and fish curry are the staple food of Bengal. And if you are going to a marriage, do expect to have rice, chicken, and mutton. If you don't have non-veg, then you are not a Bengali. Now, what can we say about any discussion on Bengal is not finished if we do not talk about its music, literature, and fine arts culture. Rabindranath Tagore was the first non-European and the first Asian to receive Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913, and he has literally completely shaped the musical culture of Bengal, so much so that right from 5th standard, it's compulsory for children to at least take music or dance or any form of fine art as a course of study. Satyajit Ray has shaped the film industry. He was the only Indian to receive the Lifetime Achievement Oscar Award, and all Bengalis have generally grown up reading novels of Satyajit Ray and watched his movie. So if you want to experience everything, come to Bengal. Thank you. I invite Toastmaster Rajita to talk about Kerala and
സുചസ്മിത. നമസ്കാരം. ഞാൻ ഈശ്വരന്റെ സ്വന്തം നാട് കേരളത്തിൽ ആണ്. Meaning, I come from God's own country, Kerala. It's a small state, so to speak, filled to the brim with nature's bounty. The language spoken is Malayalam, and the inhabitants are known as Malayalis or Keralites. Why God's own country? Because Kerala is a tourist haven. The beaches, backwaters, mountain ranges, waterfalls, and wildlife sanctuaries are major attractions for both domestic and international tourists. You name it, and Kerala has it. Aharam, that is food in Malayalam. Healthy and heavenly, that's our food in short. Kerala cuisines include a variety of vegetarian and non-vegetarian dishes. Rice is a dominant staple that is eaten at all times of day. A majority of the breakfast food are made out of rice in one form or the other. Poshakam, that is dress in Malayalam. The traditional dress for men is mundu and women is settu sari. It's a combination of off-white and wool. Kalagal, that is art and culture. Kerala is a home to a number of performance arts. This include classical dance forms, Kathakali, classical martial dance drama, Mohiniyattam, that this dance is performed by women. Kaliriyapattu is a martial art form unique to Kerala, and mural paintings. Murals constitute the pictorial representations of mythological and legendary incidents of any region. Now let me talk about the festival Onam. The biggest example of unity in diversity is the celebration of Onam festival. All the communities celebrate this harvest festival. It's a local festival marking the commemoration of the homecoming of King Mahabali and is celebrated all across Kerala. It is one of the festivals celebrated with cultural elements such as Vellamkalli, that is the famous boat race, Pulikali, that is dance with tigers painted on the body, and Pookalam, Rangoli with flowers. On this day, Sadhya is a very popular vegetarian meal prepared in every home, which is served on banana leaf and followed with a cup of payasam. This is Kerala for you all. Now let's travel to Maharashtra with Toastmaster Anupama.
मंगल देश, पवित्र देश, महाराष्ट्र देश. प्रणाम घ्यावा माझा श्री महाराष्ट्र देश. The name Maharashtra itself says great nation. The Maharashtra is founded by the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, founder of Maratha Empire, and the Marathi language is spoken in Maharashtra. The culture of Maharashtra is filled with the different kinds of festivals, sounds, dance, art, cuisines, and many things. Maharashtrians are vibrant. They are down to earth person. They consider life itself, it's a celebration. Festival time is the best time to observe Maharashtra culture, which is contain colorful costumes, rangolis, tributes, culture, etc. Those things added joy and excitement in life and which attract worldwide people. Moving toward the food. in vegetable dishes contain rice, wheat, lentils, vegetables, and many more things. Maharashtrian people use spicy and mild spicy foods. The non-veg food is basically divided into two parts. One is Kokni and other one is Varadi. Both food contains seafood and coconut in lot proportion. In addition of that, Kolhapur non-veg is famous for its special spiciness. Along with the rich culture and tradition, Maharashtra has different kinds of dance form. Povada is represent the lifelong achievement of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, while Kori, Launi entertains Maharashtrian. Dhangar, Adivasi, Dindi, Kala are a few folk dance which form in Maharashtra. These are few specialities of Maharashtra. Dhanyavad.
I would like to thank all the speakers of the round robin session for standing tall and putting up such interesting facts for all of us. Well, 2 minutes is too less to speak of our state's culture, but you all have done a great job. Can we have a huge round of applause for everyone?